So, welcome to the team call tonight. We have Samantha Forrest's team with us tonight, along with Posh Empire. So, thank you all for getting on tonight. I've been debating on what to talk about, so I'll get into that in just a few minutes. But first and foremost, Team Cup is going on. For those of you who are on the Team Cup, if you are not, pretend like you are, okay? Because if you do that, then you are potentially going to grow your business a good bit, because the Team Cup is going to push you outside your comfort zone. All of our challenge packs, well, the most what's the word I'm looking for? Most popular ones are on sale, $140 for the rest of the month and September and October, which is crazy. Found that out at Super Saturday, which is so cool. I mean, the fact that they let us know ahead of time, so we're not saying, oh, you have one more day to buy, and then the next day they're like, just kidding, you have another month to buy. So we have a heads up. We have all of our, there she is. Hey! So let's see. So challenge packs, $140, okay? And I'm getting a lot of the cost objections so far this month. And I'm basically just telling them and breaking it down. And you guys know this, but just simply saying, you know, I had the sticker shock at first too. When I first saw it, I was like, whoa, that's a lot of money. But then once I realized I was getting a personal trainer in my living room, I was getting a meal, 1 meal per day. I was getting a meal plan. And if I were to get that outside of that bundle, I would be spending hundreds and hundreds, if not $1,000. So it's actually a really great deal. And if you're wanting results, you're going to have to pay for the results. So you're going to have to do something. And this is your best bang for your buck. It's the best way to get results. I mean, it's obviously, let's see, use some lines here. Yeah, I mean, it's proven results, right? So I'm not going to go into that. That's just training in itself. But since I am sort of a guest speaker tonight for Sam, I'm going to do a couple different things. Number one, go over my story. And for those of you who have heard it, I'm probably going to touch into some things you've never heard before. And also tie it in with some other things, like whenever you feel like quitting or that sort of thing, and actually going over a vision for you. So first and foremost, if you do not know me, my name is Natalie O'Leary. I became a coach in 2012. It was May of 2012. And prior to that, I was a runner, half marathons, 5Ks, 10Ks, going to the gym twice a day, got into a fitness rut to where I was doing all that and I could not lose 10 or 15 pounds. And if you've met me in person, you know I'm a small person. I'm 5 feet nothing. So if I carry 10 or 15 pounds, it's ugly. Like, it's just not, it's not fun. It's weird. Like, I look like a linebacker. It's just not a cute thing. It didn't feel good. I was having heartburn. None of my clothes fit anymore. And I told my husband, all I want is P90X for Christmas. He was like, ha, 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 funny, cool, whatever. Did not buy it for me. And so once Christmas came and went, I said, I guess I'll take matters in my own hands. And I went to eBay and I bought P90X. And don't cringe, because, you know, a lot of our customers do that, and it's okay, because guess what? If my coach turned me away because of that, then gosh knows where things would be right now. But so anyway, I went to work the next day. I told my friends I was doing P90X. One of my girlfriends said, I'm doing it. I'm going to start doing it too. So we decided to do it together. And then a couple of my other girlfriends at work said, we're going to do Insanity. So they went out to Craigslist and got Insanity, and we were burning DVDs all over the office and handing them out to each other. And we were doing basically a fit club with each other with Beachbody programs. I didn't even know what Beachbody was until one of my girlfriends said, oh, I'm doing Chalene Extreme. I'm like, what's Chalene Extreme? She said, it's one of those Beachbody programs y'all are doing. And I'm like, Beachbody? Whatever. So anyway, needless to say, I was posting my before and after pictures on P90X like page. Hi, here's me, before and after. And all of a sudden people were like, hey, I had all these like people messaging me, and like, why do these people care about me? I don't know these people as weird creepers, and join my team, join my fitness group, and all this different stuff. And it's like, this is so weird. But okay. Finally, I gave in to Heather Foltz, who is my coach. And I joined her fitness group. And I was like, wow, this is awesome. I mean, everybody in the group's doing a program. Every time I post something, everybody's encouraging me. And I was encouraging other people. And it was just this whole big community of people that were doing the same thing. And I was like, this is awesome. So then Heather starts talking about Shakeology, and I'm like, I don't need that, whatever. I'm going to the Walmart, and I'm going to buy my protein powder. And even my husband, who's a supplement guru, like snob, was like, no, Shakeology, whatever. He didn't read the back of it. He just assumed it was protein. So he bought some whey protein. Eventually decided to try Shakeology and bought it from eBay. Poor Heather. And so anyway, throughout this whole process, I'm loving the fitness group, and I see one of her customers post on Facebook, I became a Beachbody coach, and I was like, you can become one? Like, I didn't realize you could even become one. I want to be a coach. I don't know exactly what it means, but I love everything about what's going on in this group. And so I called Heather and got on the phone with her, which was terrifying. It was terrifying. I'm like, you need to get on the phone? I'm on the phone, and talked to her with a shaky voice. And she said, okay, you got to spend $140. It's your challenge pack, another program. Like, I don't have $140 to spend. I love Shakeology, but I'm going to get it from eBay again, even though it's the same price. I don't know why. I thought it was a better deal. But finally, I talked to my husband, and he said, what's the worst thing that could happen? You love the community. You love Shakeology. You may as well start another program because you're going to start another program anyway. Go for it. And the worst thing that can happen is you can do it and quit, which he gave me that option out, which we all probably say, oh, well, if it doesn't happen in 2 weeks, let's quit. But I came in with the mindset of I'm going to do it, and if things don't work out, whatever. But as soon as Heather put me in her group, her team boss, everything was about get to Emerald, hit Success Club. And I'm like, oh my God, what did I just do? What did I just sign up for? This is weird. And I said, okay, but I signed up for this thing, so I need to figure it out. I need to help 3 people, which means help 3 people get on a challenge pack and sign 2 people up to become a coach. And okay, well, I signed up for this thing. That's what you do. You sign up and you become an Emerald coach, and then you hit Success Club, right? That was what was embedded in my brain. You just do it. So Nicole, I see you're on. So she's been with me since the beginning. So she knows my crazy, like how I started and all that. So she knows that when I first started, I said, hey, Carrie, you love Shakeology. You need to sign up to become a coach. You can get a discount. And she's like, okay, all right. And I sat there and watched her do it. I'm like, cool, she's doing it. She's doing it. This is my friend at work, right? And then I'm like, okay, I need to sign my husband up. That's another $140 that I don't have. Okay, I'm going to do it. And then somehow that was, I guess, another 2 points. And then I don't know how I hit Success Club, but it wasn't pretty. It was ugly. It was desperate. It was not cute. And that kind of went on for the first few months of my coaching. I mean, I would continue to hit Success Club, but it was a lot of desperation. It was a lot of, hey, if you sign up, then, and at the time you had to sign up a coach each month to hit Success Club. So again, the desperation mode was there. I got to sign up a coach. Will you please sign up? And Nicole, I did this to you. Bless your soul that you're still friends with me. Hey, I'll pay you money to take me to the airport. I don't know, so you can buy the challenge pack and become a coach. It was just this finagle craziness.
We split the challenge pack.
There you go. We split the challenge pack.
I got Shakeology. You got the workout. But I'm still here.
You're still here. So that happened. And this was almost 4 years ago. It was 4 years ago. And she loved Shakeology anyway. So it was a win-win, but it wasn't the best way to approach the business, right? So seriously, that went on for 6 months or so until Charlene Booker, who is our founding coach, all of our founding coach, and she had a Big Fat Boot Camp, which was our first training, like our first team training. Before that, we had the Coach Online Office Training Academy where Heather was like, go to that, do that, send me your certificate when you're done, and we'll talk. You know, it was basically like that. You know, you do it. And I was like, okay. And I think I did it in like a weekend, which is ridiculous. Your mind spinning, your head's like, what did I just do? And anyway, so Charlene did this boot camp, and one of the first things she said was, you need to read this book. It's called The Compound Effect, and it's considered personal development. And I'm like, whatever that is, okay, I'm going to do that because she's doing something that I'm not. She's successful, and I'm not. So I'm going to do what she's doing. And if I'm going to do this boot camp, I'm not going to I don't want to cuss, but half butt it. Does that, can you say half butt it? Half ass it, whatever. Okay, so I'm going to show up every day and I'm going to do these tasks, right? She said, post a picture of your whatever, do that, do this, do that, do this, do that. So the whole compound effect, I remember coming home after work every single night from that job and being stressed out and laying in the bathtub and saying, okay, she said read this much, I'm going to read this much. And I remember reading it and going, this is good stuff. Like if I actually apply this to my business, I might actually go somewhere. This is really, really good stuff. So that was the introduction to personal development. And literally, I guess that was 6 months in. So it wasn't out of the gate. It wasn't learning out of the gate. So it took that and knowing that I had to do that every single day. And then from there, I remember, and I'm going somewhere with this, I promise. You guys are probably like going, whatever, this is boring. So I remember at the time I was an Emerald coach. And again, I was signing up discount coaches every single month. I was not signing up anyone who wanted to work the business. It was simply to get the discount, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that at all. But I wasn't building for, I guess, volume, right? It was just, let's just sign people up to discount. And I remember getting a little bit of pressure from of my upline saying, well, when are you going to hit diamond? You know, when are you going to do this? And I was like, I can't handle this. Like, I cannot handle this pressure of setting this goal and reaching it. I'm not going to ever hit that. I'm never going to be a diamond coach. I'm never going to get, past Emerald. And I've got to be okay with that. She needs to be okay with that. Everybody around me needs to be okay with that because I will never exceed where I'm at now. That was my mindset. That was my complete mindset for the first 9 months of the business until I was hitting Success Club again. It was not the best way to do it, but I was doing it. And by the skin of my teeth, I hit the 9-month mark to go to the Disney trip, which was Success Club trip at that time. And at the time, you couldn't pay to go. You had to actually earn it. And so I did earn it, but you did have to actually pay for your airfare and to get there and all that stuff, which, again, I didn't have the financial means really to do it, but I figured if I'm going to succeed in this business, I need to go because obviously people who are going to these events are learning and that sort of thing. So it was the same month as the Team Cup. Heather had invited.
Stop.
Sorry, let's need some audio here. Sorry, I get distracted really easily. So we had joined the Team Cup with Heather, and she was basically saying, you're going to have to max out in points or I don't want you on my team. Okay. I was like, oh, okay. This is a girl who hits maybe 5 every single month. Maybe had done 10 at one point in time. And I'm like, 35 points is insane. There's no way that's going to happen. But you know what? I'm going to challenge myself. This is my coach actually asking me to join her team. So I'm going to do it. So we all became success partners that month. We all maxed out in points, which is insane. And we all hit diamond. Well, I think one person came close, but we all pretty much hit diamond that month. And it was because we said, we're not putting limits on ourselves anymore. We're going to just go after it and just have no excuses. So that was that was basically a big game changer for my business because I stopped putting, the limits, and I stopped saying I couldn't and that sort of thing. And then again, I was at Disney that same month, and seeing all the different coaches on stage and them share their stories and people basically saying, you know, I'm a normal person just like you guys sitting out there. I just decided to go for it. And I'm, you know, making 6 or 7 figures a year. I'm superstar diamond and blah, 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 all these different things, fire my boss, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, okay, they're speaking like directly to me. They were looking at me. They were looking at everybody, but I felt like they were looking at me saying, why not you? Why not you? Right there. Oh, why not me? Why not me? Why not do something? There's something in my lap. There's something in your lap that is a gift. And that's the day, or that's the time when I flipped the switch in my head and I said, stop begging people to join this business. Stop bribing people to join this business and start sharing it for the gift that it is, because that's what it is. And the moment that switch flipped, everything changed. It was presenting this opportunity as what it is. It's a solution for health and fitness and financial situations and for community and for friendships and for family and for any facet in life that you are, you know, missing, or just adding, you know, more of that. So from there, it became a mission. And I said to myself and my husband, this is something legitimate. This is something that potentially could change so many lives. And I'm going to treat it that way from now on. I'm going to treat it with respect. And I'm going to learn the skills that I need to learn in order to succeed, because I've been getting by and I haven't been learning what I need to learn in order to move forward. And that's when I started digging into more personal development, learning the skills. GoPro, Eric Worre, my guy, my mentor, changed everything. Just basically mastering the skills of inviting to this opportunity and that sort of thing. So fast forward, Summit happened, and then leadership event happened. And then right around after leadership, I had so much passion and love for this business. I had gotten to a point where my income was basically matching my corporate pay. And I remember calling my family and telling them that I was going to leave my corporate job of 9 years. And you would have thought that I had done something horribly wrong. You would have thought that I had committed a crime, that I was a terrible person, that I was making a huge mistake. And these are people who have always supported me in my life. These are people who have always said, whatever you want in life is yours. Like, we'll support you no matter what. And they were turning on me. And it was horrifying, and it was scary, and it was a point to where I could have said, you know what, you're right. Guys, you know, you're my family, you're my support. I'm not going to live out my dream. I'm going to basically listen to what you're saying and just whatever. No, instead I said, I love you guys very much, but I know in my heart and my gut that I'm doing the right thing, and you can support me and be there with me and whatever, or you can not. And they chose not to. And this was my mom and my dad and my sibling and anyone else. And there was a barrier built from that, because I chose to live out something that I knew was going to change mine and my husband's life. And, but, you know, all of you guys that are on this call, I mean, in some way, shape, or form, we wouldn't know each other probably if this coaching opportunity hadn't been presented. So, and I feel like we're all family, you know, and, you know, so that was very, very hard. It was a difficult time, and it took a good, I don't know, maybe 9 months to get over that. And, you know, they saw that I was happy, but it was hard to be truly, truly happy when your family's not supporting you, and they're, you know, you can't talk to them about all these exciting things that are going on. And anytime you do talk to them, it's like anything but the exciting stuff in your life. So anyway, fast forward, I did leave the corporate world. It was 9 years. I was in, well, that particular job, it was about 14, 15 years in that profession. So it was a big deal. And the great thing was that once I got to leave, I got to focus on my team. It wasn't about me so much anymore and building, me. It was helping my team and helping them bring people on and helping whatever goals they had and that sort of thing. So it grew into an amazing business because I was able to focus on the important things. And so the following year was an amazing one. I mean, rank advances were happening all over the place. Income obviously was incredible and all that. And we were helping so many people. And it was just completely life-changing. And I think finally my family kind of was like, congratulations, we're proud of you. And it was a full swing, which thank God. I mean, they're so important to me, but so is this. And the fact that, that finally did happen, things are different. But anyway, the whole story, of this is that you see the highlight reel or whatever you were to say on Facebook of people who had some success, a little success, a lot of success in this business. And what you may not see or what you may not know or feel is that there are a lot of things that people go through in order to reach their goals. And that can be the family. It could be, I remember getting my first coach cancellation and I was devastated. I'm like, how could this person quit? This is like meant for them. This is why are they doing this? I can't imagine. Why are they giving up? And I remember like bawling my eyeballs out. And then my next coach cancellation I got was, oh my God, what is going on? Why are these people quitting? I'm a terrible leader. I suck. Like, this is awful. What do I need to do? Like, what, and I guess my point is you're going to bring people on and you're going to want it for them so bad. And you're going to see the potential in them that they don't see. And they're going to give up way too soon because they go through the obstacle and they say, oh, that was hard. And then they're out, right? So, and I remember, and I told you guys this story a while back, but I remember being in Las Vegas. I was about to go to Air for a event. I went a couple days early, and I remember getting a couple messages from very close coaches of mine. And they basically said, I'm taking a step back, and I just wanted to let you know, blah, 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 blah. And I laid in bed for like 2 days straight, crying and crying and crying. I'm only thinking about basket case all the time, but seriously, I mean, you put so much in and love people so much and you want them to succeed and they give up too soon, but they take a step back, and we all know consistency is key. So the moment you take a step back, you're starting all over. The moment you say, oh, I'm going to let this go for a couple weeks, and you take a step back, that's when people are like, oh, she's not serious about this business. And that's when your consistency starts all over. So when people say they're taking a step back, I'm like, you're doing yourself such an injustice, but I can't tell you that because you're just going to make them go the opposite way, right? So I remember laying in bed for 2 days in Las Vegas, where I love to be in Las Vegas. I should have been out having a good time, but I was like, everything's falling apart. These people, that should be loving this business are quitting, and, but then I remember getting up and going, no, this is not where this is going. This is not where I'm going to continue to share this business with people who want it and who are going to get it and are going to love it for what it is. And sometimes when those obstacles come, guys, that's when you need to light the fuel in the fire and say, you know what, this is when I need to push harder. This is when I need to love on people more. This is when I need to share the opportunity more. This is when I need to help people more, because people are going to not, appreciate it as much as you do. And that's okay. You still love them. You still care for them. But sometimes you just have to let your obstacles of your family who don't get it, or people who are telling you no, to push forward harder and push more and more and more. So that was basically saying, the struggle is real. The struggle is real. When you're watching top coaches who are posting, I'm a bazillion star, triple whatever, quadruple star, whatever, you get the picture. they have struggles just like you. So, but the difference is in some that just decide not to continue is you keep pushing forward. Even when times are tough, even when you say, screw this isn't worth it anymore. But this is another reason why you have to create your vision. And we've talked about why, and in our push group too, it's got to be so deep in your soul that when things are slapping you in the face and running you over, that you say, I'm going to do this anyway because it's right here, because my why is right here, my vision is right here, and I'm not going to let anything else get in the way, right? Your drive and your desire for helping other people is where it is right here in your gut. And if you have to do a vision board, I don't know how many I've done, just having it in front of you all the time so that when people are putting you down, what's that thing you're doing, how many times have we heard that, that thing, you coach thing, pyramid thing or whatever. You're going to get it. Just face it. The great thing is that network marketing is becoming more and more prominent. You know that. You see all the skincare. You see all the leggings. You see everything that's going on. So we're in a great place right now in society and in time that people are more prominent to accept that we are network marketing. So embrace it. Embrace that you're in a great spot. Embrace that you signed up for a reason. Embrace your vision. Define your vision. And really, really, really dig deep into what it is you want. I don't care if you have this, what I really want is whatever your vision is to quadruple it and not put any limits on it. It's so easy to go, oh, well, I want X, Y, Z. And it's easy to just put it in a small, box, but make it big because this opportunity is limitless. It's all about you having the drive, the desire, the vision to make it something amazing. And I know I was all over the place, and I really wanted to just kind of touch on a little bit of my story, keeping it real that you're going to have struggles and embrace them. And, the cliche of make your message do, right? You guys, not every day is easy with working out. Let it be known. Let it be known that things aren't always easy. They're not always rainbows and butterflies. Let people know that you're a real person, but that you're going to be here regardless. So they can either jump on your train and jump off, or they can never get on. But regardless, you're going forward. And, be here a week from now, be here a year from now, be here 10 years from now. Make it known that you don't care what people think. You're out to help people, and they can either let you help them or not, or they can join you or not. So does anybody have anything? Again, I know I was all over the place, but I guess I can unmute if anybody needs to unmute it. Come on. Hi, Beth. Ronnie. Beth is a new Emerald coach.
Woohoo!
Yeah. She hasn't been coaching for very long, and she is sharing her passion like crazy. It's awesome. Let's see what else. New Orleans. Who's going to New Orleans? OMG. Seriously, on my bucket list for that. Stop. Anyway, it's been on my bucket list forever. We like to travel a lot, and my husband's been 100 times. He's like, I'm going to take you one day. I'm like, I haven't seen it yet. And when they finally said New Orleans, I'm like, I'm going anyway. Okay, come on. If anybody has anything, questions, comments. Did my tickets ass? Tickets ass.
Oh no! Sorry. I didn't mean that.
I wouldn't worry about the hotels. I mean, there's so many of them and they're going to come open. I mean, I'm sure that if.
No, I mean, as soon as they announced it, I literally was like, let me load this up. And then as soon as we walked into the hotel room, Julie's talking to me. I'm like, hold on, get my ticket. She's like, for what? I'm like, New Orleans. I can't wait. Anybody that hasn't been to Summit, like it was my first and it's life-changing. Like coaching is life-changing, but going there and meeting everybody face-to-face and just kind of hanging out, like I can't even. There's not words. Like you got to get your butt there. It's a tax write-off. Just do it.
There you go. Yes. It's so amazing. I mean, it's so funny because when we first met in person, I'm like, I feel like we've done this. Like, I know we talked so much, you know, and then like actually physically meeting in person, I'm like, have we not met in person? Like it feels like, but actually touching and hugging and this is awesome.
Totally. And just seeing people that are like struggling like you are, you know, I mean, like you were saying earlier, like don't compare yourself to the top coaches, like they're going through their stuff too. But then like, you see people that are killing it and people that aren't doing so good. And then you hear from the people who aren't doing so good, such inspiring stories. And the people that are killing it are telling you how bad their life sucks. You know what I mean? Like you just have to go there. It kind of puts everything in perspective. Like in a ridiculous, awesome way.
Yeah. Yes. So I can't wait to see all y'all there. If anybody else has anything, if not, you know, we like to take our picture. Well, I like to take our picture. You might not like to take our picture, but.
Pictures.
I do.
I will say that I remember when you were going through all of that, when you left your corporate job, I remember the heartache that you felt. Like I can remember it like it was yesterday. And God, what was it, like 2 years ago now? More than that? Yeah.
About 2.5.
November.
Yeah, that was I remember just feeling so bad because, you know, it's like we all love this business and people don't understand the business model, so people think you're crazy.
Yeah.
Like they legitimately think you're crazy.
Yeah, and that too. I mean, I remember like when I first signed up, I sent a message to my parents like, oh my God, I'm doing this thing. And my dad was like, don't invest too much in those business cards. And I was like, they're $15.
Yeah.
You know, and I was like, oh my gosh, are you kidding? That was deflating. I'm like, that thing that you're doing, don't invest too much in it. And I'm like, I'm glad I didn't listen. That would have been.
Yeah, I've seen your volume. Jealous.
Yeah.
So if you're a leader with the boss team, you get put in this group, and so sometimes they'll all share because we ask them to. And when they post their volume and stuff, I'm just like, what? It's insane. Because all I'm thinking is how many times that cycles.
refresh.
Exactly. So yeah.
That's a whole nother call. We'll have to do volume. I mean, I know I've tried to explain it before. It's so hard to actually talk about it, like until you actually see it, like the two different legs and like building that way. And
Michael Newman has a great video for it.
Yeah, he does. And even so, I mean, even though I watched it over and over again, I was like, I get it, but I don't get it. You don't really start to get it until you actually see, I guess, each week in the legs and that sort of thing. But
it's tough.
But if you have been around a while, I encourage you to go into your online office and go into your volume and look at your two legs. You probably have one that has more than the other one. And I'm looking at Nicole because she was one of my first coaches I signed up. And I look at her strong leg and I'm like, girlfriend.
You need to build that weak leg.
That's what I'm trying to do.
I know you are. But it's funny, like even like Paul, I mean, like I barely build him, but he has a crazy strong leg, and I'm like, what am I doing, wasting all that volume? But you learn as you go, and that's the thing. Like I didn't understand it until even like after a year and a half, I'm like, I don't understand this leg stuff, and I don't understand this volume stuff, and I don't understand the cycle stuff, and it should be important, but I don't understand. But it is super important if you are building your business and if you're wanting to, create an income. And if you're not, that's okay. But if you are, then you need to kind of dig into. And it didn't take me going to Heather and going to explain it to me. It took me going to different videos until I figured out the one that I actually understood and that sort of thing. So anyway, again, this business is whatever you want it to be. It's just putting in the consistency. And if anything at all, the only thing that I feel like I've done has been being consistent every day. Again, whenever I'm crying because somebody quit, or because somebody told me no, or because somebody said you're ridiculous, or defriended me, or blocked me, or whatever.
It'll show up.
Yeah, and that's the funny thing is that I was listening to that Janelle Summers video that Heather posted, and that Ashleen was talking about, is that you consistently show up every single day. And the people that aren't liking your post and people who are not commenting on your post are some of the ones that are going to message you out of the blue. And that happened actually before I got on this call. I had someone I went to high school with said, send me a link to whatever stuff I need to lose weight. I want that 3-day thing. I want that Shakeology thing. And I'm like, I don't even, what? I didn't talk to you. Like, which is my fault. I should have talked to them. But the whole point is, people aren't going to always like your stuff. You're not going to always get 100 comments on your post. You're not always going to get people responding to your messages. And that is discouraging. It's very discouraging when you're messaging people and you're trying to get people to, join your challenge group or join your team, and or you're getting no, or crickets. And we talk about this all the time, but the more you do it, the more people are understanding you're not going anywhere and you are helping people. You're consistently showing that you're helping people with their health and fitness goals, and people want that. They're not necessarily ready all the time. They want it. Do they want to commit to it? Maybe not today and maybe not this year, but eventually they probably will. And they're either going to go to you or they're going to go to that person who's consistent with another company or another coach or Herbalife or Rapid.
Oh boy, are you the chicken wine?
That's Saran wrap. No, I'm just kidding.
Saran wrap.
Okay, so it works. Like, I know that there's some good products they have, so I'm bashing it at all. I'm just saying it's funny when you see the wraps, but I know they do have some legitimate products. But anyway, they're either going to go to you that's showing up every day, that's sharing that you have a solution, or they're going to go to somebody else. So you be that one. You be the person that says, I have a solution, and then they'll come to you. And if they don't, it's on them. But all right, I rambled, but I hope you've gotten some sort of value out of tonight. And I want to see what Ronnie's eating. Sorry. Sorry.
I made protein pancakes today.
Ooh, yum. Sorry, I didn't make it. All right. Okay, there's Jen. Where's Jessie? There's Jessie. I'm trying to see who's missing. Beth, do you want your picture on? Let's see who else.
No, thank you.
She's like, I don't want that. Okay. If you want your picture on and your picture's not on, then put your stuff on and we'll take a nice, I don't guess it's a selfie, it's something, a groupie. So smile at 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. All right. I'll send you this link once it's downloaded. It usually takes about 30, 40 minutes or so. If you want to share it with
it takes a little while because I do the same thing for ours too. Yeah,
it takes a while to download. Then you have to download a YouTube and all that. But Anyway, thank you all so much for getting on again. I hope you got some value out of tonight. And if you have any questions, comments, or anything that you want to say, you can private message me or talk about it in the group. And for those of you who are in the push group, I'm loving it. I mean, we're only on day 2, right? Today, yeah. And there's so many great things I feel like we're going to do in the next month. So I'm really, really, really excited. Thank you for participating. You guys have been really, really awesome. So I look forward to, and if you haven't joined it and you want to, it's not too late. Just, it's in our team page. It's called Push Group. That's all it's called. So, so I'd love to have you. And otherwise, y'all have an amazing rest of the night and an amazing week. And
Thanks for letting my team join on.
Of course. Thank you for getting on. And next week we have
very supportive. So for a lot of other people that don't know, I don't know. Natalie's been very supportive and helped me out a lot. Anytime I've had a question, she's always there, and I don't really benefit her in any way, shape, or form. So she's an amazing person through and through, and genuinely has a very big, caring heart. So I really appreciate you. She's gonna cry. She is such a crier.
No, I'm just kidding.
I realized after it came out of my mouth, I was like, "Oh shit, she's gonna cry."
No, I got that all out on Saturday. That was a train wreck. I was like, "Oh my god, either stop this video now or walk away." And I'm like, it's too late now. People are seeing it, so it'll be a hot mess for a minute. One thing. Oh, next week, our team call will be with Carly Del Carlo. If you don't know who she is, you need to know who she is. She's a rock star. So she has, by the graciousness of her heart, decided to be our guest speaker. So I hope that you will mark it on your calendar and tell your team to get on, because it's always exciting when we have people outside of our team to share, because I think she's one that just ran out of the gate, and sometimes it's inspiring, sometimes it's not, but it's inspiring to me when people just like overnight just make things happen. It's funny because we're swapping calls. She's doing our call because she was super successful really quickly, and I'm doing her call because her team doesn't relate to her because she happened to be successful overnight. And so she's like, who can be on my team call that it took a while? And I'm like, it took me a while. So we're swapping, and so I'm excited to have her on. So I'm sure she'll share some insight for us to move forward. But again, thank you all for getting on. Christy, it's good to see your beautiful face again. And that's it. And I'll see you guys in the team page. Bye. Bye.